Bienvenue à nouveau donc pour cette dernière demi-journée tous ensemble. Voilà, d'expertise et d'expériences partagées entre nous tous. Nous avons l'honneur et le très grand plaisir d'accueillir Madame Geneviève Avenard, défenseur des enfants, adjointe du défenseur des droits depuis octobre 2014 à la République française. Madame Geneviève Avenard est en outre présidente du comité des droits de l'enfant de l'association des Ombudsman et médiateur de la francophonie AOMF et présidente élue du réseau des défenseurs des enfants européens, ENOC, European Network of Ombudspersons for Children. Nous sommes très heureux de vous écouter en ouverture de cette dernière demi-journée du Congrès, avant d'aborder le plaidoyer puissant lié à l'investissement social. Merci beaucoup.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers congressistes, je suis très heureuse et honorée de prendre la parole aujourd'hui, cet après-midi, à l'occasion de cet important congrès international consacré au droit fondamental à l'éducation dès la petite enfance. Un congrès important puisqu'il permet de partager les connaissances scientifiques, les pratiques et de réfléchir ensemble à la question de la transition vers l'école avec, pour fil directeur,
reflect upon the issues of transition with a purpose to bring forward equity, innovation, and quality. As Nathalie said, I will be speaking with different hats, if you will. Firstly, as the children's ombudsperson, it is an independent administrative authority. Its objective is to ensure the respect of fundamental rights and individual freedom rights. And as the children's ombudsperson, I have as a mandate to support and uphold children's rights as they are enshrined in the International Convention for Children's Rights. I am also speaking here as the President-elect of the European Network of Ombudspersons for Children. We have 46 independent institutions within this network. All of these institutions ensure that children's rights are properly implemented in European countries. We also issue recommendations to European institutions and to states in order to enhance the upholding of these rights. This year, we are working on mental health and children. We are also working on the issue of school, but also education in a well-meaning context, and these are very important issues pertaining to our work. A couple of years ago, we worked on the fundamental right to education, and we issued a statement on equality of access to education for all children. This is an open, this statement starts with a quote from Xavier Bonal, an expert, who said that any form of inequality within the education system is a violation of fundamental education rights. We have issued recommendations to European institutions and states on school, but also on equal access rights for the creative education of children. As children's ombudsperson, my role here is to maybe remind you of something that maybe you're already aware of, and it's fundamental values. And this is what my mandate is about. I'd like to remind you that the Convention for Children's Rights, and we will be celebrating its 30 years next year. According to this convention, children are subject with rights, just like any other human being, and a child is defined as any human aged under 18, which means that young children or small children aged from 0 to 6, 7, or 8, in any case, children of that age are entitled to the rights enshrined in this convention. They have special protection mechanisms that are applied to them, and they uphold the rights that they're entitled to as they can and as they age. The Convention must therefore be applied to children, no matter how young they are, in a holistic fashion, and building upon universality, unity and interdependency values of all human rights. I would like to now
de l'observation générale numéro 7 par laquelle le Comité des droits de l'enfant de l'ONU
General Observation number 7 from the United Nations Committee on Children's Rights. In this general observation, the committee states, young children should be considered as active members of the family, of the community, and of the society at large. They have their own concerns, their own interests, and their own opinions. In order for them to uphold their rights, young children need to be reassured physically. They need to be surrounded with affection and love. They need consideration, and they also need time and space to play with others, to discover their environment and to learn. I think that this excerpt from the observation from the committee is really significant, and it echoes with everything that we've been doing here for 2 days. When we talk about children's rights and the upholding of this rights, it means that we recognize there is a responsibility incumbent upon adults vis-à-vis children.
Dans les adultes, l'État, les parents,
les
professionnels, les institutions,
and adults,
une responsabilité à prendre en compte les enfants, et en particulier à prendre en considération leur intérêt supérieur,
must take into account the interest of children and their superior interest, and according to the Article 3 of the Convention, it should be a priority consideration if one is applying rights to children. This means that collectively, for example, when enacting a law or designing a public policy or providing public services for small children, for care services or schooling services or health services. This means, in my view, that the child should not be required to adapt. The institutions which will support the children should adapt to the needs of the children, to their capacity in general, and to their interest. Now, when it comes to school and to small children, this means we have to reflect upon the material and human conditions in which we support children. For example, when it comes to designing different spaces and contexts and settings so we can adapt and have them responsive to children, adapting also to their age and their development stage. This also means that there is a principle of quality that must be applied, and quality is included in the title of this Congress. Here, I'd like to talk about the quality of the relationship between small children and the adults. This means we need specific training for teachers, which doesn't really exist in our country. In France, we don't have a specific training for teachers of such small children. We also need to have child-centered settings with a purpose to enhance their well-being, with a well-meaning and positive outlook. As children's ombudsperson, I also receive complaints which can pertain to issues for small children in schools, and recently I was asked to interfere in a situation where there was a violation of rights and a bad treatment applied to children, small children, and we had to go to court, to the highest levels of court, and we had to use our power to refer observations in the judicial system. And what we decided is that there was no right to physically punish a child.
ancien et
although it is long-standing and traditional,
sans aucune actualité,
and it is no
à être
longer
et en l'occurrence, il était
used,
par cette enseignante.
That teacher in particular did want to make use of that principle of called correction in France, but which essentially means physical punishment.
Et dans l'ensemble des services de santé,
the idea is to make sure that the well-being of children is respected in all settings, whether it's schooling or health services or in their homes.
En insistant également sur l'exemplarité que doivent avoir les institutions
by insisting on institutions who have to lead by example.
Et sur la question aussi de confiance. Et cette
we
confiance,
also work on trust.
Cette bienveillance, cette approche positive, elles doivent s'appuyer aussi sur un autre droit des enfants qui est prévu à l'article 12 de la Convention
approach has to apply to another right for children, which is enshrined in Article 12 of the Convention. It is the right of the child to express their opinion depending on their maturity level. But as you know, children who are very young can express their emotions, their ideas, and their desires in different ways, sometimes unconventional, but we must always take them into account.
Voilà ce que je voulais rappeler en ouverture de votre
This is what I wanted to remind you of today before you start your work on this afternoon, because this convention, the International Convention of Children's Rights,
toujours d'une grande justesse et d'une grande actualité.
Still topical today and quite legitimate as well.
Sur les besoins des enfants, sur les
This
besoins
convention is based upon the fundamental needs of children, and it aims to enhance their development and their well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, and dear participants, by way of conclusion, I would like to reiterate my interest in your work, which I will be following very closely, especially that in 2018, with the Ombudsperson, we will be
que nous remettons chaque année au président de la République le 20 novembre, nous allons le consacrer justement à la petite enfance.
Early childhood. This is a report that we give to the President of the Republic every year, and this will be the theme for this year. Thank you for your attention.
Merci infiniment, Madame la Défenseure des enfants. C'est un privilège d'accueillir votre parole. Et vous remettez au cœur de nos préoccupations l'intérêt supérieur de l'enfant et la nécessité de la bienveillance et de la bientraitance pour prévenir toute difficulté sur le parcours de l'enfant. Merci infiniment en introduction de cette dernière demi-journée de nous recentrer sur l'essentiel.